Okay, so in the last video, we talked about how none of us are born with the belief, I am not enough. But if that's true, then where does it come from? So today I want to share how this programming begins. And it's often in the most subtle ways, and why so many of us carry this belief into adulthood, and why we are not aware of it. So some relatable examples are, for example, as kids, our subconscious mind, like I told you in the first video, they are wide open. And everything that you experience, every word, every action, every emotion, every opinion, every thought, every idea of the people around us, especially our caretakers, is absorbed without any question. And while most of the people around us mean well, their actions often send unintended messages. So let me give you some of these examples. Imagine you brought home a B on your test, and instead of celebrating, your parents said, "Why didn't you get an A?" So without realizing it, you observe the message, "What I do is never enough," right? Or maybe you were told to be on your best behavior when you go out, for example, visiting your grandmother's parents. If you were quiet and followed the rules, you got a reward. Maybe you got an ice cream. But if you didn't, you were scolded. The message, I have to act a certain way to be accepted. Even something as simple as hearing, hey, stop crying, you're being dramatic, teaches us my feelings are not valid. None of these moments were meant to harm us. I mean, I, as a mom, am responsible of having said certain things like this. But as children, we didn't have the ability to question those things. We simply observed them as a truth. And over time, they became the building blocks of the belief, I'm not enough unless I do what others expect. The thing is, this programming doesn't just disappear. It shapes how we think, how we feel and act, even as adults. I mean, we have been taught, trained to believe that this was the truth for decades. So you don't just take that out in a day. So you might find yourself overworking. You might find yourself people pleasing, or you might find yourself avoiding risks because deep down, that whole belief is still running the show. But here's the good news. Just because it's programmed, it doesn't mean it's permanent. With awareness, you can start to rewrite these beliefs. Remember, awareness is power. Also remember that no awareness, you cannot change. You cannot change what you're not aware of. You cannot change what you cannot see. Does this resonate with you? Can you think of moments from your childhood that might have shaped your beliefs? I would love to hear them in the comments. I would love to hear your story. And not only for me, but I know that people will read this or they will listen to my video. And the more we share, the more people start to understand that they are not alone. So I would love for you, and I would like to invite you to share in the comments with what can you resonate that you now remember something from out of the past. And in my next video, we will dive even deeper into how these beliefs show up in our adult lives and what we can do to change them. Stay tuned for my next video.